We're not starting yet.
No,
I will start.
Yeah, no, we've started.
We have started.
Please go ahead, Tim.
No, we haven't started.
Tim, you've got the floor.
No,
Once I start hitting
no.
everything.
This is what happens when we start. Speaking about starting, we're trying to get to this episode of Reflex.
Someone realized they were rapidly losing control.
Yeah. Listen, I need to bring this train back on the rails.
Yeah.
So, I've been told that Tim has immaculate notes, so I will throw it over to Tim. Do you remember what happened last week, Tim?
Yeah, I remember the whole thing. So,
Okay. Because I don't.
so there were two key moments.
Okay.
Horatio banished Augustine. They left annoyed.
Okay. Okay.
Good summary.
That's a good summary.
Yeah, it was really
Something else did happen last week. There was
Not
a
that
third
I'm
thing.
aware of.
That's banishment happened.
No, there's a third thing that happened.
I was a cat. It was awesome.
Yep, that's part of it.
You were like that game Stray.
Yeah.
Look, I know you guys don't want to acknowledge it, but at the very end of last week's episode, Svieta was being attacked by Beefcliff.
I literally forgot.
Sorry.
When you said
That's
that
right.
earlier today, I was like, why was it a cliffhanger again?
Oh,
Beef
Wow.
cliffhanger.
God damn it.
well, yes, to summarize, that is a pretty apt summary. Horatio managed to defend his decision to stay in Icewind Dale and in the 10 towns. After a night's well-deserved rest, you all decided to head into town at various points. Svieta decided to go in a little bit early before everyone else. While everyone else was going in for breakfast, Svieta was putting in an order at the Black Iron Blades.
Yep.
And on her way back, as she jumped down one of the alleys, she managed to sense a presence. And as she turned around, she saw the form of Beefcliff swinging down like one would a, was it polo bat from a horse?
Oh,
To club. A bit of an underarm swing. Well, she can't tell if it's underarm. All she sees is Beefcliff.
Isn't that a Beatles song?
All you need is Beefcliff. Dun, 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 dun. To hit, that is actually going to be 23.
As a matter of fact, that does hit.
He
My
doesn't miss.
12 AC as a cat.
So you're still a cat at this point?
Yeah.
Oh god, you're gonna get punted.
Animals have like atrocious AC values in 5th edition. It's
Versus AC and hit points.
this is yeah.
All right, not too bad considering.
Does it do more than the 2 hit points that a cat has?
9 points of damage.
Yep. And it just ate into my Morning Lord's glory. What's
The more
the extra temporary?
No, I think that's what it's called now.
no, the blessing of the Morning Lord. I will not let that go.
Yes.
Sorry, it chunked into the blessing of the Morning
Yeah.
Lord.
Okay.
Getting
Well,
hit by a hammer definitely hurts my morning glory as well.
well, this is going to hurt as well as a second attack comes swinging in.
No, because Wodun's never done that.
No, I know.
So I can.
Actually, he has had that
No, I
second
do. I
attack.
can do that now.
How dare you?
And how come you can hit stuff with Beefcliff, but I can't?
It helps when you have advantage from invisibility.
Oh, true.
And he's still invisible.
Yeah, being invisible just gives you advantage on attack rolls.
That will be a 22.
He's rolling Richies over there.
Invisibility is like one of the most poorly conceived like states in D&D 5th edition. There's just like so much that you just have to intuit because it's not like clearly spelt out about the invisibility status.
I wish there were.
I have my own internal rules about how it works.
I wish there were as well, and if Callan has some internal rules, I'd love to hear about them, considering I have access to the spell invisibility.
I would love to hear just how
And I
much
might-
you hit me for.
Yeah, that's how much I want to know. All right, let's figure this out first. Again, I didn't roll particularly well on that one. So this is going to be... Was it 9 points of damage last time? Mm-hmm. This will be 10 points of damage.
I cheated a little bit.
Oh.
Sorry.
Shouldn't
No.
do that.
Oh no. Oh, it was right.
What's Svieta?
No, I'm looking at Andrew's head to do maths.
I do inspire maths when people look at me.
It's that pro.
It's those geometrically perfect curls.
The Fibonacci swells.
The Fibonacci ones.
That's his rapper name, Fibonacci Swirls.
Fibonacci swirl.
How much did you hit me for?
10 points. We lost Andrew already.
I'm going to use that next time I DJ.
So, with these swings, the first one immediately just took her out of cat form and like flung her against a wall.
Just smacked her against that wall.
And the other one, I don't know, probably like beat up my ribs or something. What the fuck? Why is
jeez.
he hitting me?
Absolute crunch.
Why are you hitting me?
Well, you hitting
Where
yourself,
did you get
huh?
Beefcliff from?
You don't know.
I know that's why I left.
Oh, I don't know either.
Oh, fair.
Sveta,
Yeah.
roll for initiative.
Oh, great. Get someone else as well. I want friends.
No.
Where are your friends?
Asleep.
No, we're en route, I think.
We're on our way. We're just discussing what we're going to eat for breakfast.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were going to find a cafe?
That is true.
Get some croissants.
Some croissant.
I want to paint a chocolate.
What was that?
You know the chocolate-filled pastry? Pain au chocolat, I think it's called. Pain? I don't know how you pronounce it. If there's a French person listening, can you tell me how to pronounce P-A-I-N?
Hold on a sec, I can DM someone.
you know a Frenchman. Is that
You got a Frenchman on,
French
on
woman?
your books?
On call.
Speed dial Frenchman.
I got a 14.
14? Okay. Well, that's going to mean at the top of round 1, it swings again.
Can I see it?
No. Still invisible.
So, you know.
Defies the literal rules.
There's several things it could be. But certainly the invisibility hasn't broken from an attack or anything like that.
So you can still attack them. You'll just be at disadvantage.
I know.
This thing swings.
I don't want to hear you say that ever again.
Oh,
Beef comes swinging.
no, I don't think you've got your shield out.
No. No, I don't.
So that is only a 13 to hit.
Oh, it misses.
Okay. And it swings for a 4th time.
Oh my god.
Okay, this time it's a 16.
Oh.
Wouldn't. Oh, actually, no, it still would hit me. So, yeah.
Okay, I rolled a fair bit better that time. So
Oh, good for you.
that is going to be 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm still awake.
What a way to go, huh? Beaten to death by a disembodied Beefcliff.
What an honour.
Listen, I don't need your disembodied voices
Ellen just
commentating my
stands
death.
back admiring.
Well.
Well, I hope not.
I'm going to take notes.
Sveta, it's your turn.
So I'm going to do what we just don't do in battles.
Right.
Disengage. And I'm going to run. I assume, so this is deep. How deep into an alleyway am I?
It's a dark, scary alleyway in the city, but you can see the entrance. Maybe
It's 6 a.m. How dark can it be?
it's still dark because it's in between the
Alright.
Perpetual twilight.
It's a perpetual twilight, makes it dark and
Sure.
scary and spooky, and the entrance to the alleyway is probably only about 20 feet away.
All right, great. Is there a lot of people out there?
It's still early morning, so you'd have to get there to see. But from your experience coming into town, there are a few people scattered about and guards as well.
All right. I will run out into the street, into the crowd of people, who I hope aren't all enemies.
Every one of them pulls a beef cliff.
It's all Skeen.
Oh my god! The biggest twist is that this is Skeen.
All at once, they all go, oh! They're just deafening.
There's our heroes, you have arrived!
Does that Agent Smith thing? He like shoves his hand into your chest and you become a scheme as well.
Oh, Sveta becoming a Skeen would be amazing.
Fate worse than death.
You.
A fate better than death.
I'm not even going to try the voice because I would like to continue my movement towards where I would assume the Church of the Morning Lord is. The House of the Morning Lord.
The House of the Morning Lord, yes. So you burst out onto the street. You are correct. There are a few people here even in this early morning. And even across the road from you, you can see a couple of guards posted up in the early mornings. They seem to be just chatting to each other.
Actually, I'll just move the full 30 feet and I'll turn around. Can I at least see Beefcliff? Because you
So-
said I could see Beefcliff.
Yeah. And that was a little bit of artistic licensing more than anything else.
It's
But
too late.
what I will say is, and this sort of makes sense if you're just trying to back out and disengage here, you turn around and you can see the form of Beefcliff slowly start to disappear as if someone's putting it under an invisible cloak.
Does the cloak reveal who's underneath
No.
a little bit?
It's Harry Potter.
He's here, that bastard!
But it appears the Beefcliff has disappeared itself as well.
How does suggestion work if I cast it on an invisible creature?
Do you need to be able to see the creature? Does it say in the spell a creature you can see within range or something similar to that?
Not technically, but I'll look at the actual suggestion spell. The Helmany tells you so much. Oh yeah, you can see within range. Can I suggest Beefcliff come to me?
Kill me?
That would also assume that Beefcliff is sentient.
He feels sentient.
May
got
I
a-
Are you saying
suggest
Beefcliff
the Beefcliff?
isn't sentient?
I may be saying that. Look, I'm going to say you do need to be able to see whatever it is, and Beefcliff has just disappeared.
He's slowly disappearing.
Yes, he's slowly disappearing.
I will really want to do something. Yes, I'll cast Moonbeam
Oh,
on where he is.
Okay.
Down that alley.
Sure, but didn't you disengage and move?
That's very true.
Unless Moonbeam's a bonus action spell.
If I say it is, will you let me have it?
No. I'll have to look it up.
Oh, I guess I could have used Sanctuary. No, it's fine. Is there a street name down that alley?
Deadly Avenue.
Thanks.
Sorry.
I'll take a mental note and continue my full. I'm just standing there in the crowd,
Okay.
just like heaving a bit bloody.
Okay, so what happens is we'll take it out of initiative now.
Thanks.
You're standing there heaving, as you said, like the breathing hard and bloodied, and the people that are moving around you give you these sort of weird quizzical looks. Anyone that sort of passes by, because you've just burst out of this alley, you're all bloody, but you're not screaming for help either. And people are want to mind their own business if they don't have to get involved in something. Even the guards over that you see, they look up at you and they look like they want to come over, but if you haven't screamed for help, they just sort of watch you at this stage. And then, you're all tense, I imagine, as well. You're all the adrenaline's pumping and running through your veins. And just as you think about, you haven't seen anything for a little while, you feel almost what would be like you'd feel like a breeze pass by you. And slight words whisper in your ear. Tell Wodun I'm coming. It has that Doppler effect like that.
No.
Father hell!
I was going to say, Doppler effect.
where I'm going.
Sorry, I've just been watching that Aztec movie thing. That's my boy! No, my boy! Father hell!
Do that. The thing with like casters like twitch their ear
Yep.
when you like touch it a little bit, and kind of like look around panicked in the streets and get my bearings again and head again to the House of the Morning Lord.
About halfway between where you are now and the House of the Morning Lord, you pass by plenty of people who give you a wide berth considering you're all bloodied up. You do see your companions coming down the road.
Guys, I'll raise my hand. But hey,
Svieta, what happened?
Oh my god. Are you okay?
no,
Did you fall off Did you fall down some stairs?
I just went to the forge, but Wodun, a creepy man or thing, whispered in my ear, and he attacked me with Beefcliff, and he says it's coming for you.
Beefcliff, he's coming home?
Maybe
Like, did he say it like it's a good thing? Is he bringing it back?
his.
Can I
Is
take
it-
this moment, sorry, to say that while you're questioning Svieta, Wodun, I just go forward and immediately just apply a salve to Svieta. And
Oh.
just start like checking her out and make sure she's all right while she's still talking. When you like when someone's talking or like a parent goes like the kid's talking and the parent just comes up.
Like a cheek.
Yeah.
Roll a medicine check as well.
Okay.
While you're at it.
Resistance is futile, Svieta.
The salve is coming.
I don't have choice. It more like it's where I assume it's your wizard friend.
It's gotta be the wizard.
I don't know what he sounds like, but
You sound like a creep?
a little bit creepy. Like,
God.
I'm coming to get you.
Yup, that's him. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Wait, who's that?
You remember the wizard guy who crushed my chest?
I remember your description of him. I never actually saw him.
Growth.
Yes.
Grumph.
Is
Roll.
this
Yes.
is this the wizard whose wife you slept with?
Hey. Yes. But we're not talking about that at the moment. Sveta. So Beefcliff was with him.
Yes, and then on my face and my ribs.
Oh my god.
And I think he wants to plant it back into your chest.
I'm so sorry that Beefcliff did that to you.
It's not your fault. A little bit. You shouldn't have lost him in the first place.
That's true. I didn't want to.
Can you leave my face alone, please, Horacio?
Oh, sorry, I was listening. Sorry.
Should we go back and try and find him? Is he still there?
He's down Danger Avenue. I didn't do any of the names.
You had to.
That
Yeah.
was the first thing I thought.
That was
of.
amazing.
Is that this one here? Is there like a sign that says like Maine and danger?
Got a skull and crossbones above it.
It's right down the road. He was there, and then he walked, and then I got 10 feet out from the alley, and then he walked past me, but he was invisible.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Thanks.
Invisible, you say?
Should we go back and try and find him, do you think?
Unless you know how to detect invisible things.
I can maybe.
You can, Carnelian.
Well, I've got a spell that I can like, if I target the right area, then I can like outline him.
I think he's long gone. Well, it was 10 minutes ago?
It was only a couple minutes. Say about 5 minutes ago, yeah.
About 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, he'd probably be gone by now.
No, I didn't really want to stick around to find out more. Probably would have killed me.
He's a very dangerous man.
Are you sure he's a wizard?
He's definitely the Archmage.
Knows how to wield a hammer?
Yeah, I thought his wimpy little wizard arms would be too weak for that.
Exactly. Like a
I-
nerd.
I'm
Takes a
sorry.
man to handle my Beefcliff.
I don't dispute that, but I would like to add that I actually have the ability to locate objects. Perhaps I can attempt to locate Beefcliff and use that as a method of tracking him down.
That would work.
How do you go about doing that?
Well, it's quite simple. It's better. I cast a spell called Locate Object, which I haven't done before. Let's have a little look.
How did your self go? You spent a really long time on my face.
I was listening at the same time. Sorry, I was quite invested.
Thank you.
Just make sure you're okay.
Multitasking is hard.
Especially with a salve, it demands attention and respect.
Demands respect.
Okay, locate object. Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. You sense the direction to the object's location, as long as that object is within 1,000 feet of you.
Oh,
If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its motion. The spell can locate a specific object known to you, as long as you have seen it up close, within 30 feet, at least once.
We have definitely all seen it up close.
Yeah.
Felt it.
Alternatively, it can locate the nearest object of a particular kind. Okay,
Have you got that prepared for today?
I do indeed.
Okay.
so it's 300 meters for the rest of the world.
Yeah. 300 meters. Okay.
Yeah, so I just quietly appeal to Kill and Void in my head. I don't say anything out loud, but Kill and Void, we're looking for this magical hammer, this Beefcliff. Are you able to glean its location for us?
Now, just before we go into that, do you want to let me know what the result of your medicine roll was?
Yes, it was 10.
10. Okay, so before we go into it, it's very clear to you as you're treating Svieta that she's taken a very hefty amount of damage. You've seen Svieta in a fight before, so you know that she's being very serious where she said, I could have died. Because, she took a big chunk all at once.
And that salve, that was real. That wasn't a fake salve.
That was real salve.
So prepare yourself for healing.
Thank you.
Been a while since I salved.
Feels like you're salving all the time.
I wish.
That should be a good thing that you're not salving all the time.
It is, but still like it. Still like doing it.
Our cleric wants to salve all the time.
6 points of healing for you.
Thank you.
And would it be fair to say, I don't want to speak for you, but maybe Sveta's in a bit of shock as well, like just being surprised in that way and feeling a little bit outmatched without her friends nearby to help her fight, like take that on.
Yeah, kind of like back when she first went to like Caer Dinevel, and with the Caer Dinevel's with the cultists.
Yes, yeah, the Black Iron Blades.
Yeah,
sorry, not the Black Iron Blades, the Black Sword cultists.
Yeah, and like really puffy back then.
Yes.
Not to that effect, but quite shaking.
Yeah, so you can see all the physiological signs that you're familiar, because you're familiar with Sveta. You can see those physiological signs that you recognize as part of her shifter race. With a 10, this is all things that easily come to you. You make a silent appeal to Kalemvor in your head and cast the Locate Object spell. And what I will say is you can feel Beefcliff. I guess it's sort of a feeling in your head that translates itself almost automatically, maybe through the word of Kalemvor, like it helps you interpret what you're feeling. And you feel like the object is right on the edge of your detection range, 300 meters, and it's moving southwestward. And then very shortly after that, it moves out of that detection range. But it was close enough for you to have felt it, and felt it moving. Given the distances involved, roll what's going to be the best thing? Maybe an investigation check?
You? Insight?
Insight could also work. Yeah, I'll let insight happen.
Dirty 20.
That's good. Okay, so based on your knowledge of this city, you've been through it a few different times. Your feeling is that it was moving down the main street towards the southwest gate, which would imply that maybe it's moving out of the city.
Okay, I'll just relay that all to the party. And just for reference, we're sort of located in right towards the center of the city at the moment.
Between the Black Iron Blades and the House of the Morning Lord, in between there.
Right, and for those listening, House of the Morning Lord is right at the sort of the northeastern section of the city. Black Iron Blades is almost right in the center of town. And then the main road sort of heads southwest out to the southwestern corner. So it's fled down there.
Each of the major gates have their own sort of main road that lead towards them. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what else is in the southwest of the city? The stables.
We can skip it.
He's made a beeline for Skeen. Hang on a minute. It is Skeen.
Your greatest nemesis.
Well, I mean, Sveta, you look shaken. Are you okay?
No, but I will be. Just knowing that like Grumpf is nearby and got Beefcliff and he's probably going to attack us again. Or Wodun again.
We're also nearby, Sveta, so you're safe now.
Maybe we should stick close to one another at night then.
Well, in the morning as well.
Yeah, keep a tight perimeter.
I don't know if we should inform the guards if they can do anything about it to like shut the gates, but that wouldn't even matter if he's a wizard. Or just have breakfast. I don't know. They both seem useless.
He probably, like, considering how far away he is already, he probably has some sort of teleportation spell.
Maybe.
It was 5 minutes as well since you last had that encounter, so you can move pretty far in 5 minutes.
Maybe he's just running.
Should we run?
No.
I mean, what are we going to do? We get to the southwest gate, and then this spell works for 10 minutes. At the very least, we could move to the southwest gate just to make sure that he has continued on. If that would give us some peace of mind.
Just for the record as well, I still look like a common person because I cast Disguise Self at the end of last episode.
Oh, yes.
All right. So I was still talking to you. I knew it was you.
Yeah.
Probably just
I
have
still
Wodun's
got my Pope
face.
hat on, I guess.
It still sounds like Wodun.
That beautiful voice here.
Oh yeah, actually that would have been the key thing. Is just Wodun's voice.
No matter how well disguised he is, you can always he has that unmistakable cadence.
Yeah. I think after like a couple beats, like calm down just a little bit, knowing that the guys are here, and just like look at Wodun. Did you have a haircut in the morning?
Yes. I think I'm being followed. Perhaps by the same invisible person.
No, you are being followed. It's a definite, not
All right.
speculation.
Alright. Why did he come after you, though?
I don't even know how he found me. I was
Me
a cat. A mole cat.
He could be using like a similar sort of spell that the Horacio just cast, but for people rather than objects.
Locate people.
Locate person.
Are you familiar with such a spell, Carnelian?
It is an option that I could have chosen on this level up.
I see.
I suppose having Chucky is a better option.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
Speaking of Chucky,
he
get some
was.
breakfast.
Yeah. Oh, Carnelian, he was so soft last night.
He is.
Chucky, breakfast? What's the connection?
Chalky milk?
Oh,
For
yeah,
breakfast?
true. That's
I don't
not
know.
bad.
Pain au chocolat. Just waiting for my French friend to come back to me with how to pronounce it correctly.
I think the sound does not exist in English, but I've been given an example through a Google link.
I'm all ears.
In French.
I like copying things. What do you got?
I'm just gonna like throw it into the Discord chat.
Is there somehow
play
an
it
X
through
in
your
there?
phone.
Sorry.
An X.
Yeah. Just random consonants that make no sense.
Right, my laptop's silent. Parlez-vous français?
Oui, oui.
Oui,
Papa. Non.
Faudrait pas.
Okay, so I guess while people are looking up how to say things in French, what do you guys want to do?
I think food, and although I do also want to check out the Black Iron Blades, because now that we have some money, I could buy some studded leather and have one more point of AC.
You should ask. I told you I was going there in the morning. You should have placed an order with me.
I need to go there in person because I need, like, non-standard measurements.
I would have said you were like yay big.
Yeah, she could have just said it was an order for her son.
Tiny
My
child.
boy.
Give me babies
I'm
up.
not the proportions of a human child.
Yes, you are. 3 feet. That's a child.
You're a classic 3-footer. I hate to break it to you.
3-foot child, 3-foot Carnelian. Is this the same?
Shall
Just
we have croissants?
Yeah, let's have a... Wait.
Pain au chocolat.
Oh, pain?
Pain
Bon
chocolat.
chocolat.
Let's all go and get a pain chocolat.
Of course. I'm going to say that you are able to find, not far from the town hall, a nice little cute French bakery that somehow exists in this world.
Yes.
You can get your chocolat croissant. Is that what it is?
Pain au chocolat. What? No?
Whatever it is, I'm very sorry to all the French people listening.
No.
Pain au chocolat.
Pain chocolat.
Pain.
It's like pain hours, like condensed.
Like the pain, yeah, the pain and the...
Pain chocolat. Pain
Your,
chocolat.
your order
Had to.
Pain chocolat.
for
I have never had one of these mystery desserts.
Well, they got them in Coles, like the
Oh
Coles
no,
bakery.
I've had a chocolate croissant, but Carnelian has no idea.
Oh, I couldn't. Sorry.
I was going to make it.
Striking resemblance.
I was going to make a joke about it coming out as a croissant with a fish in it, but
We're in society now.
who in society?
Society.
So you have breakfast.
Yeah. Would you say it would take an hour to have this breakfast?
You can spend.
We'll have
an
a
hour
break.
if you
I'll order
wish.
another coffee.
The waitstaff are furious that we're taking up the table for so long.
Yeah, they keep coming back demanding that you at least order more coffee.
I'll have another coffee.
Yeah, I ordered the smallest coffee they had and sipped on it.
Piccolo.
It costs $6.
Yeah,
6 gold.
that's fine. Good seat.
Well, make sure you deduct the relevant amount from your inventory. At the end of an hour, once Svieta has clearly had a short rest,
I won't. Oh no, I'll give myself some hit points back. Yep. Continue.
well, I have to ask you, where would you like to continue to? You've got some options here. You could try and pursue the invisible assailant, but you sort of let that one go because, it's going to be hard to track them through the city. You want to head to Black Iron Blades if anyone wants to do any more armor or weapon orders or even anything sort of specialized. Someone was wanting to potentially go to the town hall, and behind the town hall is a bit of a refugee camp being set up as well. You may want to investigate. Additionally, Valine was talking to you about how you might make your way to this island in the Sea of Moving Ice. One of the options was to charter a boat from Revel's End, but that could be expensive and also could be difficult to get there. There may be alternate ways to make your way over the sea, and so she was saying that maybe it would be good to investigate and ask some questions.
Well, we should definitely talk to the speaker. They should be indebted to us.
Yeah, that's a good place to start, yeah.
Does anybody know anything about this Revel's End? Does anyone have any background information? Or
Didn't we find out last time that it was a prison?
Yeah, she did mention. I was wondering maybe something more specific.
That sounds like a history check.
It does sound like a history check.
Can I also roll a history check?
You may.
Or hearsay?
15.
16.
9.
Got him.
Nice.
16, and what was Horatio's?
9.
9.
No.
So Horatio, you haven't really heard, you've only been in Icewind Dale for a little while, so it makes sense that this probably is someplace that you haven't heard of. For both Carnelian and Svieta, you have heard of Revel's End and are aware that it is a prison of some description out towards the Ragged Glacier on the coast of the Sea of Moving Ice. However, you don't know a lot about it.
What are we talking? Is this like a prison for hardened criminals, or is this kind of like an accountant's prison sort of thing?
People from... This is like a... kind of like Australia, where, cities on the Sword Coast send their undesirables up to a frozen hellscape.
Classic.
It's not quite Australia, but go with that.
Svieta and Carnelian would know that this prison in question is for serious offenders, so it's a high security prison. So you'd have to have committed a serious crime to get there.
Maybe one of us could commit a serious crime and get in. I watched TVs don't exist, do they? I watched a show. A
theatre play?
I watched the theatre production once about that. Thank you. Yeah, some guy held up the local bank, and then he got into prison with his brother, and together he actually had the whole layout of the prison tattooed on his body. Can you believe that?
Was that Ked Nelly?
Ked Nelly, that's the one. That was actually, I forgot his name. No, it was Ked Nelly, actually.
I sometimes feel like Horatio is part PC, part man that's been transported from the real world into the world of D&D. He's
very confused.
Maybe that's why he knows so much about modern day surgery.
Exactly.
He's 40-year-old man that's been isekai'd into the forgotten realms.
It's just like...
But he doesn't remember it happening.
Yes, I come from a little town called Budrum. Okay.
I don't think committing a crime to get into the prison. Because it's either a gamble, right? You would either go into the prison or they'll just execute you on the spot.
I also feel like trashing our current reputation for short-term game isn't a great idea.
Maybe they have tours?
Or maybe we could just hire a boat.
I don't know where to get the boat. Maybe Targos has boats.
The colony that... It's on the coast. They
Yeah,
have boats.
but they wouldn't get a good deal. They wouldn't know who we were.
Well, maybe that's why we should talk to the speaker. The speaker might know who we should talk to about that.
Yeah. Or I
good
could
place
be
to
a
start.
polar bear
That too.
and swim there.
Bada bing, bada boom.
How long can you be a polar bear for?
3 hours.
Oh,
Mental calculation.
man.
I don't think you'd be able to fit all three of us.
Let me just look at the size of a polar bear. I think if it's huge, I probably can.
I don't think it's as big as the dragon.
Well, Svieta, don't let the wait staff here, and I look pointedly at one of them who is approaching. Don't let them shoo us out of here. If you need more time to process what happened, or just some time to calm yourself, then we'll wait with you.
Yeah,
Whatever you want to do.
I'll order another baby Cheeto. It's fine.
Thank you. I'm more worried about if we do go on any of these trips outside the city, it would be the perfect opportunity for Gromf to attack you. So I don't know how we can protect ourselves against someone hidden. Is there an ongoing spell that we can cast upon that might hide us from invisible people?
I mean, not one that might hide us from invisible people, but I can think of one that might protect us in the middle of the night while we're sleeping.
Is it the hut?
It is a hut.
What?
A Pizza Hut?
Yeah. What are you people talking about?
It's a tiny hut.
Well, that's good for you.
Carnelian's tiny hut. No medium-sized creatures allowed.
That's not fair. That's sizist.
It's just a little cave that comes up out of the ground.
Just a mound.
It's like a little a mound that comes up with like a hobbit door in it.
Carnelian's tiny mound.
That's actually a bit gross.
Is it?
Depends. Could be.
What are you thinking of?
Nothing.
Okay.
I mean, we don't need a spell. We can just do this the old-fashioned way and get some, fishing wire and some bells and, a bear trap
And...
and set it up all around us while we sleep.
Oh, I thought you meant while we're on the go.
No,
I mean,
we
it
don't need to
seems-
worry about him while we're on the go. We need to worry about him when we stop to rest.
Well, hey,
I don't know if that's enough to stop a wizard who can make themselves very invisible.
we could teleport or do anything. What does it matter if there's a bear trap around us if we can just come up right beside us suddenly?
What about Valine? She might have some magical means.
Isn't she at the fishing town?
Aren't we accompanying her to the
Oh,
the
she is
jail?
still here, yeah.
Perhaps we could just go with her, or at least see if she has some way to keep us protected on the road.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I
Traveling
forgot.
with a literal wizard.
Yeah. Well,
No comment, guys.
Why are you talking
I'm in
funny?
shock. Okay, well, what do you want to do first? What should we do first?
Well, Black Iron Blades
For Carnelian, yeah.
and to pick up your order, and maybe we can get something as well.
Oh yeah, I did order something, so I should probably
Yes,
go
pick that up. I didn't know that, but I'm assuming you ordered something.
You're so smart.
I'm very intelligent. And then after that, we go see the speaker, and just behind there is the refugee town. So maybe we can
What about the refugees?
just see how they're doing.
Maybe
I don't
there's
know. I've forgotten why I want to see them.
maybe there's a boatsman.
Was there an NPC from East Haven that you wanted to check on?
Someone special there?
Yes.
I actually don't remember why you went to go see the refugees. Was it just out of kindness?
I guess so. I don't know. I can't remember.
I think there was specifically someone that you wanted to talk to, but I think the idea was to talk to people and potentially get other alternative ways you might be able to get to.
Would Shanda be there? Were you looking for Shanda? The new speaker of Goodmead?
Was it?
Well, he's probably in his hunting lodge. Because that was outside of Goodmead. It wouldn't have been torched, I'm assuming.
I believe that Shanda was bound for Bryn Shanda when he fled Goodmead. I think that's what Olivessa said.
We are in Bryn Shanda.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my god.
have you seen Shanda? Was he at the camp?
Can you cast a locate Shanda?
You do, but it unfortunately confuses Bryn Shanda with Shanda. It's the whole thing.
A lot of signal noise, I'm sorry.
Was it maybe the librarian from East Haven who wanted to read a book about something?
Nay.
Nope. I think it might have been Shanda. And to see if we can find a boat or a way to get to...
Well, let's think about this on the way to the Black
Place.
Iron Blades.
Yes.
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 Okay. So you decide to pay the rude waitstaff their due for the coffees and the tasty pastries. And you head to the Black Iron Blades. Sveta, your order when you do arrive, now that's been a couple of hours, is ready.
Hell yeah.
So you're able to pick that up. And if anyone else wants to make general orders, they can. and we'll say that you can grab them as well.
Can we barter the treasure that we have while we're here?
Convert it into currency.
Like, we have
Did I write down?
12 gourds of spiced alcohol, a golden drow mask, 350 gold pieces and a bunch of change, spider chalice with 8 obsidian eyes,
The better question is, did I write down all the values of
amber
those?
headdress with 3 large purple pearls,
Dwarf's
statue
just there like, speak English, you idiot!
And a nickel.
eye moonstone,
Um,
a cursed statue of Demogorgon.
put that back where you found it. The gold elf mask was worth 350 gold pieces.
I think I did tell you the values, didn't
I didn't write any of them down
I?
besides
Okay.
that.
I've got some values here. I can go.
Oh, the quilted jacket it has 50 gem pieces. I didn't write down the price.
Yeah, you've got a bunch of valuables here. So what I will say is that you can use them in bartering for stuff as well, just to make it easy.
This might be a good time for the medium armor wearers to upgrade to
Yeah,
a
that's what I was
breastplate.
thinking.
Okay, so let's assume that you can grab pretty much that. So where do you want to move on then from there?
The speaker's house.
So the Black Iron Blades is not far from the speakers from the town hall, which at this time is probably a good assumption that they would be in the town hall. You head across, and it is open. Unlike last time where you caught it very early in the morning or after it was closed, there are some people milling around, some guards posted on the outside, that sort of shifting uneasily as you approach, but they let you through. Inside there is a long hall with a number of different offices either side. You're familiar with this, but it was empty last time you saw it. Now you've got people coming in and out quite a lot, especially as it gets later and later. There's a lot more people on the streets. In particular, there's a lot more people than there even normally are in Brinchanda. As I said, there's a number of refugees here, probably from East Haven or other places that were destroyed. Eventually, you go up to the reception area and you say you would like to speak to Speaker Devessa.
Yes.
I'm sorry, she's booked out today. What was your message?
Tell her the saviors of the 10 towns demand an audience immediately.
The Saviors of 10 Towns. I heard that before. Alright, take a seat. What are your names?
The saviors of the 10 towns.
Is that a family name or a given name?
I don't have time for this.
Just tell her our damn names.
We know where her office is. Let's just go in.
She's met us before.
Let's go.
We'll see ourselves in, and then we'll just walk off.
That's illegal. Hey, you can't do that. As you walk away from reception.
She was in a severely low mental state. Hope she's alright.
She needs some coffee. Should probably provide tea and coffee to their employees.
What if they do? And she just refuses. They're like, I only drink lactose-free milk.
I'm sorry, I'm vegan.
It's even worse.
Oh.
Just get, it'd be hard getting almond milk all the way up here.
Armored?
Almond.
Where does the
Oh,
milk come from?
Where did your chocolate come from?
From Delusk. It's tropical.
I just like, look, I've let a lot of things slide for the sake of this. Are you getting hung up over almond milk out of water? Alright. After talking to the surly teen receptionist, you do make your way to the office. There is a guard posted out front who offers brief resistance. You just...
Move!
Hello, we are the heroes of the 10 towns.
You
We killed the dragon.
Move! Now!
You heard the
Shouting
man.
at him on our way down the hallway.
You should arrest him. Okay, so you burst into the room at the protest of this one guard that's outside, and you see that you cut a conversation short as Devessa appears to be talking to someone. And that someone is Shanda, who's sitting in opposite her. They stop at the sudden intrusion and they turn around, and Shanda turns around. And Devessa looks at you and she's like, "Oh yes, come in, I suppose."
You get up, Shanda?
I didn't think you'd be here, Wodun.
I'm everywhere. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm here on behalf of Goodmead.
Why aren't you there?
I figured it would be best for the speaker of the town to come and ask in person for help from Shanda.
So,
Prince Shanda.
why did... The people told us that you left during the attack or before the attack.
Oh, no,
I'm sure you
no.
had a good reason, though.
No, of course, no, I didn't leave. Wodun, you have to understand, I didn't leave because I wanted to. I left because I had to. I had to come and represent Goodmead, you know, so I decided I had to leave immediately. In
there
case,
you go.
Warming
Yeah.
up the inside check?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, let's go for it.
There you go, guys. He did it for a good reason.
I'm
Get off his back now, alright? Jeez, you guys. Oh, Willie.
Free Willy.
You keep hitting that damn
I
whale.
do.
It's like it's a
Alright.
target.
I was a 16.
Better? What?
23.
23.
Oh, better was
7.
better.
7. Alright, this makes quite a lot of sense. Carnelian, he just seems like a... You've met Shanda before, he seems pretty in line with what you expect. Horatio, you do feel like something's up. Like, he's obviously been caught to you unawares. Like, he wasn't expecting to see you here, or in this place. So, something feels off about the way he's talking to you, and you pick that up. Like, he's very nervous. Svieta, you know Shanda. You know, you're a citizen of Goodmead. And the way he's talking, he always talks a really big game when he is in town. About how him and,
The boys.
The boys.
yeah, how him and the boys are, you know, they're basically Kendrick's friends, and they would protect the town if things came to it. The boys are like, you know, these lumberjack sort of guys are almost like his personal posse, if that makes sense. And you get the distinct impression that he left not only before things got hairy, but he could have sent a messenger. He didn't. If he's now the speaker of the town, he should have been there. That's what you, as a citizen of Goodmead, as a resident of Goodmead, would have expected.
Citizen sounds better in this case. She does live there.
Citizen Goodmead.
President.
Yeah, as a one of the town folk, as part of the community, you would have expected him, at where possible, to stay and be a leader for the town.
Shanda, you...
Hey, Svieta. Hey, how you doing?
No. You had an obligation as speaker to stay at the town, either send an errand boy or a bird, like how the Vessid sent birds to the other towns to warn them. You didn't need to come in person with the refugees.
I sent no such thing. I think you mean all of us. Our names are very similar for some reason.
So
I don't know why they're the same.
Horatio's brushing off on me. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. They're so similar. I'm surprised you guys haven't made that mistake more often. I couldn't. I had to. I left. Oh, I did that just then too. I left Olivessa in charge to coordinate efforts back there. I mean, we didn't have the heroes at the time, so I had to make sure the message got through. And I made sure she sent those messages out.
Message is an underling task that you assign Olivessa to do, and you stay at the 10 town, you coward.
A meat bird could have done it, for God's sake.
Yes, shut up.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, I'm still the speaker of Goodmead. You can't talk to me that way.
I don't care. There's nothing too good to meet anymore.
Well, that's why I'm here. Just securing some resources to go back and make sure we can reclaim the area. And re-establish Goodmead. You know, I'm making a plea on behalf of Goodmead for more resources.
This is true, Devessa? What's he come in asking for?
Devessa is sort of looking at, you know, that sort of expression when someone's looking at you over steepled fingers?
Yeah.
And she seems very interested in this conversation that's going on. And she looks to all of you, and she then finally pipes up and says, well, it is true that he has come to beg for resources. I was inclined to potentially help him being the new speaker, but from what you've said, there's no Goodmead to lend a hand anymore. I feel like maybe Goodmead itself doesn't need someone coming in at the end with a bunch of thugs to re-establish control. Perhaps Goodmead should be reconstructed, and maybe the vote for speaker should be reheld. You can't do that! I'm duly elected the speaker of Goodmead. But as you said, Goodmead no longer exists. So I suppose there's not a 10th town anymore right now.
Well, it's more the 8 towns now.
Less catchy. But I do agree. We should be helping our brothers and sisters at this time, sending resources out to try and help rebuild. I have heard on the wing, as it were, about your exploits in felling the dragon in Caer Dineval. Congratulations, heroes.
Oh, no need to thank us, Duvessa. Although I am curious. If Shanda was here seeking aid, I'm very curious to know what aid he was seeking, given he has no idea what happened to Goodmead.
I think you could have a fair guess, considering some of the refugees we've had coming in from East Haven. If it's anything similar, there's not much of a Goodmead left. He was asking for resources. He was asking for gold. He was asking for, metal, steel, wood, and even, and he sort of turns to him, guards, militia. Hey, now, don't you take that the wrong way. All right, Kerry, come in, take Shanda away. He can go back to the refugee camp for all I care. No, you can't do this to me. And he just starts getting really animated as the guard comes in and drags him back out by the arms. I'm the speaker of Goodmead. Shook. The door closes.
I can't believe you would believe Shanda. Wodun.
He seemed like he was telling the truth to me.
You're way too trusting.
Maybe that's true.
Be that as it may, it appears that I have the real representatives of Goodmead in my presence. Tell you what I shall do right now is there is no speaker in Goodmead. I have the authority to claim that as one of the Council of 10. I'm sure I won't get much of a pushback from there. I'm going to make sure that anything that Goodmead needs comes through you, or anyone that you delegate, until such time as Goodmead is rebuilt and they can have a proper election to get a new speaker. Perhaps you'll need to change the name so that this whole thing can be clear with the books, as I should say.
Well, I mean, I'm no citizen of Goodmead, but perhaps we put forward Olivessa's name. She seems like the natural leader of Goodmead.
She did seem to be the person who was organising the people after the dragon attacked.
Is she here? Or is she back at Goodmead?
She's back at Goodmead.
She's still coordinating the efforts back there.
As far as we could tell, most of the people of Goodmead did survive.
How?
We sent them warning.
What?
Svieta sent them warning.
You didn't probably get one, the meat bird.
Oh, we got a raven from Goodmead. That's where the warning came initially. I don't know about this meaty bird, but that warning came from all of you. Well, makes sense. You are the heroes after all. I suppose we owe you a lot more than we thought. If you're willing to put Duvessa forward, as the four of you agree, then I will put an edict in place.
You mean to put yourself forward? Well,
Olivessa. Our names are very similar. I always said that she copied me, but then again, she is older, so maybe I copied her. In any case, with the power, if everyone agrees, and she looks around the table asking for any objections, and when she gets none, she grabs a piece of paper. By the power invested in me as the speaker of Bryn Shanda, I hereby allow the effective rights as acting speaker to Olivessa for the matters and affairs of Goodmead until such time as Goodmead is rebuilt and an election can take place. Signed, Duvessa. Kerry, come back in. What? Take this message to the Raven Lord. Get him to send it around to the whole 10 towns. We have a new speaker.
Damn.
Acting speaker.
Raven Lord is a dope title.
That's pretty cool.
That is a cool name.
Also, Carrie's a lot bigger than I thought. Carrie, get in here.
Oh, I had to take that dwarf out. Do you see him? He's a little bright prick, isn't he? Oh, I'll take that message.
Right, Shandor was a dwarf, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've just written down Shanda, prominent dwarf.
Yeah.
Dwarf.
He is a prominent member of the dwarf community.
That's pretty accurate, to be honest.
Yeah.
That does explain the lumberjacking thing. Dwarves famously hate trees.
They are the worst.
I didn't even think about that. So, with that out of the way, then she looks at all of you and is like, well, I do expect that you have other business that you'd like to take care of. Please, my resources at your disposal. What do you need?
Well, Devessa, my armors, you see, got quite damaged fighting the dragon. I'm not sure if you saw the dragon.
I have not seen the dragon, no.
Yeah, because we killed it. But anyway, I could use some new armor. Perhaps anything you've got lying around that... Maybe some half-plate or something. If you can spare it. It's all I ask.
Well, I
It's the
have
only
diverted
thing.
a lot of resources into construction materials, you see. I can see what we can salvage up and maybe get the Black Iron Blaze to give you a significant discount on what you would normally get.
Do you have something I can present to them to influence them at all?
Oh, I will send word to the Raven Lord, and they'll distribute birds to all of the different towns, the town's business leaders, especially that bakery down the road with the really rude staff.
Oh,
Please.
next time.
Next time, you'll get your coffees for free.
Yes.
It's just what I've always wanted.
But is that all you need?
No, we were... Our next destination was...
Revel Point. Right?
Rebel Point.
I don't know.
Well, we
Revel's
have
End.
sport. Revel's End. Well, we're looking
Revel's
to charter a ship to an island in the Sea of Moving Ice.
Why on Fey Run would you want to go out into the sea of moving ice?
We're looking for a hairy spellbook.
A hairy spell book. What?
What?
The codicil.
You call it whatever you want.
The codicil of white.
As much as that is such a really great wordism, I don't think you're too far off of what it actually looks
I wrote
like.
it down.
Yeah,
Hairy spellbook.
it is like furry or something like that.
I don't think Sveta was paying attention or even there when that was. What the fuck? What's so hairy about it?
Look, it's just what Valine sent us to find. The codicil of white.
It's
So
bound in
hairy.
fur or something.
Yeah.
Ugh, that sounds disgusting.
And the orb.
And yes, and an orb.
Professor's orb.
It will help end the winter.
Are you serious?
I'm not sure. I need someone with more
It's
confidence.
the word on the street.
We were approached by a wizard who believes that they can use this book and this orb to open a glacier, and then from there we can find something that apparently will fix the weather.
And I know what you're thinking.
Oh, do you now?
And it does seem weird that a book would be furry. But let me assure you, it's just an encasing that they put on there just to decorate it a little bit.
If a wizard told you to jump off a cliff, would you? They probably have.
Depends on the wizard. And if I was under the influence of spells.
You know, if anyone else had come barging into my office, sprouting these things that are ridiculous, I'd have been inclined to have Carrie boot them out. But as it stands, I'm inclined to believe whatever it is you're trying to do will help.
We apologise, Devessa. We just needed to see you as soon as possible. Because,
No.
this is a real chance to end the winter.
No, that's fine, I understand. You just have no idea how many people have been claiming to be the heroes of Goodmead we've had over the past day or so.
That's very disappointing.
How
I'll
many
say.
of them had a kobold?
There was one with a dragonboard that tried to pass them off as a kobold. Something about giganticism? Not very convincing.
Was it Skeen?
No, Skeen tried to come in with 4 mules and a crocodile.
Claiming to be the heroes.
He said these were the heroes and the crocodile was the druid.
Wait. He has a crocodile now?
Oh yes.
I thought it was just a Shih Tzu in a hat.
No, he has an actual crocodile as well.
He's a man of his word.
I don't understand how it's not frozen. In fact, I think it might have been frozen. But in any case, yes, we've had all sorts come in here trying to claim to be the heroes and possibly gain some sort of reward, as if the heroes would be interested in some sort of monetary rewards for the good deeds that they did. Real heroes do things from the heart, for the people, and that's what I respect about all of you. Each and every one of you only ever want to do things for the benefit of others, and you would never ask for anything so trite as a reward.
Are we just like casually like shifting around with all this like newly acquired gold like clinking in our pockets?
You would never take...
Trying to dodge the shade.
Even if there was gold in a dungeon to be had, you would never pick it up. On principle.
Of course.
Of course.
I
That doesn't
only-
sound like adventurers at all.
They would surely only ask for what would help them protect the 10 towns.
Surely.
And me. I mean, I was actually going to ask for a breastplate as well, but, you know.
I will send word to the Raven Lord to allow for a significant discount.
I love this Ravenlord guy.
Sounds awesome.
He's a good friend.
What's his name? Her name?
Her name is Raven Leord.
French?
I think she used to work at that bakery, actually. Yes.
Bonne Raven.
Raven Leord. Black hair. Very, very stunning lady. But I digress.
Devessa, where is Shanda staying while there's refugees outside?
Well, he's staying with the refugees.
Okay.
I had put up accommodation with him somewhere in the city, but I don't think that is required anymore.
Good to know.
Another question. Have you ever encountered an elven wizard by the name of Valine?
Is she elven?
That's a good question.
She's...
Hang on. You're probably right. I
think so. I seem to remember elf.
I do like that you remember her race, but not her actual name sometimes.
I absorb
That
things
is-
depending on where my attention is.
That is 100% on point for
That's fair.
for.
She had a freckle on her left cheek. Did you see it?
What was her name?
Stevie!
Vaughn.
she's human.
Yes, a human lady, wizard.
Wizard. That's not the woman that's staying at the House of the Morning Lord with,
Mishan.
Mishan. Thank you.
Mishan.
It is indeed, yes.
Only briefly. I didn't actually know she was a wizard. I knew Mishan was putting up with her, being very polite about it. She didn't seem happy, but I guess that maybe explains it. Mishan's never gotten along too well with wizards, but they do command a lot of respect. No, I'm not familiar with her, no. Is this the wizard that's putting you up to all this?
Yes.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Just never heard of her before. And as I said, the things you're saying are ridiculous. I am not one to doubt your judgment, though. I'm sure if you believe that she is on the level, then she is.
Well, it's not so much that we believe she's on the level, but I mean, we don't have much else to go by right now, quite
I
frankly.
mean, she did seem to recognize the. What was it called? The eye?
Gyro.
The gyroscope thing?
Something.
What gyroscope?
Oh, we found a magical artifact that blew someone up, but when it was repaired, it like temporarily parted the clouds and the sun came through.
Again, you appear to be talking gibberish. I suppose. Sorry, I just... Horatio, to answer your question, I just believe in the things I can see, in people that I can see in their actions.
I respect that, a woman of science.
Wizards are always... I don't understand magic enough to really understand what they're doing. Clearly it has some impact and it requires great study, but I'd rather put my faith in my people, as it were.
Well, I used to believe you, but, well, I should say I used to be of a similar train of thought, but things have changed recently.
Feels like a lot's changed recently. Up until now, I would never have even dreamed that someone would possibly even have some way to restore the 10 towns. We've been doing our regular appeals to Auril, of course. We'd just gotten, I guess, so used to the fact that everything would be like this way forever. So we just kept on doing it. No one has ever been able to offer a solution to this plight. But if you are offering one, perhaps you can be 10 Towns' salvation once again.
Have you thought about not offering her things?
Put it
Maybe
this
she'd get
way.
mad and go away.
Svieta, do you remember the early days of the the first winter, yes?
I recall, yes.
You remember what it was like?
Awful.
Indeed. The sacrifices that we make every month seem to at least placate Auril, stop making it worse. We've never been able to see a way forward, though. I'm heartened by this news. You've brought hope to the 10 towns that I have not felt in some time. So, if you need to go to Revel's End, then I'm sure. Although, perhaps there is another way. It would be best if you speak to some, maybe in the refugee camp. I believe there was a librarian that came in from East Haven that seemed quite knowledgeable. She might be able to give you a couple of alternative means to get there. I would do some research before taking the boat from Revel's End. The reason being is that it will be quite expensive. I can send, of course, a Raven via Raven Lord to there, but they are a force unto their own. They're not in the 10 towns. We send our worst of our worst to them, but they are controlled by the Lord's Alliance. And they're not bound by our rules. From what I've heard, anyone wanting to book passage from there is possibly up for anywhere up to 1,000 gold per person.
Yikes.
Exactly. And so you may not have the funds, or you may have the funds. Being adventurers, you would have funds, but being heroes, you wouldn't. It's very confusing for me.
I'm glad you can see the dichotomy.
Of course. So that may be an option, but don't be afraid to explore other options as well. I've heard of a couple of things. Something about some animal that can be found in the Sea of Moving Ice that may be able to get you there. And other outlandish things. Again, I don't put much stock in outlandish stories, so I never paid them too much attention. But perhaps what you need right now is not the solid facts that I know, some of those outlandish tales and rumors that can give you a lead. And what might get you there?
Well, absolutely. I mean, this is new. An animal that can get us there.
I seem to remember some sort of whale?
Whale?
A talk of, yes, some sort of whale that is famous around that part of the Sea of Moving Ice. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not much for rumors. I got to where I am by being direct and not, what would you say, by being an airhead, I guess? I don't know how to put it in terms, but I always discounted such things right away to focus on what was here and now. Again, I would never have dreamed that some sort of rock dragon would attack 10 towns, and so I'm now inclined to maybe look into some of those stories more deeply. Check around the camp. You may find some interesting rumors, and I would definitely check out maybe some people that you know, see if there's anything about alternate forms of transportation across the Dale.
So I have to push this lead a little harder, but where did you learn about this whale?
It's a childhood story, really. I seem to remember stories as a child of a whale that can be awakened to move you across the sea. Something that you can summon with some specific steps. I don't know, childhood stories, but his name was Angujuk.
Odd name.
What a strange name.
Indeed.
Perhaps you should ask this and more next episode on Reflex Save.
Yeah, we will.
See you then.
Angajuk.
Angujuk.
We'll give you a whole week to figure out how that's pronounced.
Yeah,
King Prince Angajuk.
there's probably probably. You do a silent appeal to Kalemvor in your head and cast Locate option, specifying Beefcliff. Now,
Object.
what did I say?
Option.
I need the option.
You click the menu, you go down to the Locate option part.
Hey, Killerville, can you tell me how to increase the resolution? I cast locate option.